Hey, what is up, guys? Tyler here with Secure Team. Well, the election is finally over, and just wow. I mean, whether you're on the right or the left, or a citizen of the United States or not, I gotta say, everybody, and I do mean everybody, believed that Hillary was going to win, that Trump didn't stand a chance, and of course, people now on both the right and the left are, we have a very excited, happy side. We have another side that is completely losing their mind, protesting in the streets. I've got just one thing to say about all of this. I need to get a hold of that magic monkey in China that predicted Donald Trump would win this election. I want that monkey, and I want it now. I'm going to ask it questions about Area 51. Use it to win the lottery, possibly. I will set up a live stream here on YouTube where, for a small fee, I will allow anybody who wants to have their deepest, darkest questions answered. The monkey's gonna do it. Such a wise monkey. And so the election is over. Donald Trump is the president. And of course, I've gotten a ton of emails and tweets from people asking me, so, do you think that Donald Trump will ever bring disclosure and let the public know once and for all the truth about the alien cover-up, the truth that we are not alone? And I can only say, based on experience and what we've seen with every other president, I wouldn't hold my breath. Now, of course, we remember that Hillary Clinton came out and said when she was running that she would get into office and find out what's going on in Area 51 and get to the bottom of it all. Now, I firmly believe that she was simply pandering to the UFO community, as politicians do. She saw how large this community is growing and has grown quickly, going from the fringe to a more mainstream topic. And of course, we all know that John Podesta was also a secret alien research addict who revealed through WikiLeaks emails had been in constant talks with various people talking about the alien phenomenon. And so now that we have Trump, is there a chance that he will bring disclosure? And I mean, honestly, I doubt Trump has ever even thought about this topic. He's a businessman, and now he has an entire country to run. He's got an economy to fix, national security issues, and I highly doubt that the revelation of aliens is going to be at the top of that list. But we'll see what happens. Now, there's been a lot of talk lately about a mysterious, or not so mysterious, depending how you look at it, trip to Antarctica by the highest elected official ever in America to visit the continent, Mr. John Kerry, the Secretary of State, who flew down there on Friday under the guise of speaking with scientists to talk about climate change and the threats that face it. Now, others have said there's a more sinister reason. We have talked about Antarctica before. You're seeing images here of the recently discovered pyramids that were found. Some have said these are the remnants of the lost continent of Atlantis. Others have said that there is an alien connection. Antarctica is a very mysterious place. If you remember, we were recently talking about Admiral Byrd, who in 1947 led 4,000 military troops on what's been called an invasion of Antarctica in something called Operation High Jump. And this invasion consisted of 3 naval battle groups, an icebreaker ship called the North Wind, destroyers, aircraft carriers, U.S. submarines, support vessels, tankers, everything you can imagine, they hauled down there. And according to the Admiral, they were attacked by flying saucers that came up from the icy waters and wiped out half of his men and half of his ships. And he later indicated in follow-up interviews that there is a very real threat that has the power to attack North America and South America at any time, and it all comes from the direction of this icy continent. Many have said that lying near the center of Antarctica is an opening to an inner Earth. I'm sure many of you have heard about the hollow Earth theory, which is a theory that basically the Earth is hollow. and that there is a very large land mass inside, underground, where in which there are races that live, and where in which many of these flying saucers that we see today come from. Many have said that the aurora borealis, in fact, emanates from these inner Earth entrances, both found at the top in the Arctic as well as Antarctica, which is a result of light from an inner sun. Now, it's also said that the Nazis during World War II found this entrance, as well as created a secret base in Antarctica during the war and afterward, where many of the Nazis are said to have escaped to. Many people don't know that there was a treaty reached, wherein which it was stated that basically no country could lay claim to the continent. And still today, there are some places in Antarctica that are under high military surveillance that you cannot travel to. Now, other people have linked Secretary's visit to Antarctica as a result of the recent story we did where they discovered these strange sounds emanating from the Arctic Ocean up near Canada. And they still have no idea what these sounds are coming from. The sounds that they found emanating have even scared all of the local wildlife away. And if it's one thing, if there's one indicator that something's very wrong, it's when you see all of the whales and the wildlife and all the sea life disappear from an area, especially during this time of year when this is one of their main migratory routes, and they've all disappeared, the wildlife. So is there a connection between what's happening up north and happening down south? Let me know what you guys think. We will be following this story. Very strange. We've also found what some have said are entrances to these secret bases or entrances into an inner Earth found in Antarctica. You're looking at some of those images here of these entrances that were found a couple years back. And what was noted about these that were found in the side of a mountain in Antarctica was the shape of the entrances. You can see here that looks very similar to the shape of a saucer-shaped craft that would be able to fly in and fly out. We even see what looks like a doorway or a door that is opened. It almost looks like a large turtle shell that is connected to this entrance. And I just think that there is a lot of things we don't know about Antarctica. I think the military knows it. I think that the world leaders of all governments know it. And when you really research into some of these theories that we've spoken about, you start to find out that it's not all just nonsense. A lot of it really rings true when you start connecting the dots. So, research Admiral Byrd, research Operation High Jump, look into the Nazi bases that were purported to be built there, and we will continue following it, both this and the strange sounds coming from the Arctic. Very strange times we are living in. Now we have another bit of mystery, this time surrounding Comet 67P. Now, if you followed our channel, we've talked about this comet way back. And if you don't know, Comet 67P is basically this comet out in the middle of nowhere in space, but then again, what isn't out in the middle of nowhere in space, that all of a sudden, a couple years back, the European Space Agency decided to send a probe to. And there was a lot of mystery surrounding this, because there were plenty of comets closer to Earth. And when the European Space Agency took such a sudden interest in this specific comet, it raised a lot of alarm bells. And there's an entire conspiracy around Rosetta, which is the name of the probe that was sent to the comet. So in 2014, the European Space Agency landed the Rosetta probe on Comet 67P, allowing it to study the composition of the comet for the first time. But many people believe that this was a cover-up, an official story, and that the comet wasn't really a comet at all, but some sort of alien beacon or spacecraft that was disguised as a comet, and that both the ESA and NASA were keeping quiet about it. Many have stated, including whistleblowers who came out and said that it would be absurd to think that the collective space agencies would suddenly spend billions of dollars just to get pictures of a random comet on a mission that would take over a decade to fulfill. It is said that the space agencies detected mysterious space signals over 2 decades earlier coming from the area of Comet 67P, and that the composition of the comet appeared to be artificial and had machine-like parts on the outside of the object. Now, as I've said, we've done videos on this comet. We have found a lot of strange things on the surface, UFOs, structures, and then at one point, the conspiracy was fueled even further when mysterious sounds or magnetic oscillations started coming from the comet, which again, they could not explain. They have no idea what it was coming from, and furthermore, this isn't the first time that we've had sounds, I guess you would call them, even though sound can't travel in space, but these are magnetic oscillations that are then converted so the human ear can hear them. But we've heard sounds, strange sounds, emanating from another famous comet, Comet Halley. The difference is that the sounds measured from Comet 67P are very different from those detected coming from Comet Halley. So we have this comet here that's vibrating, surrounded by this magnetic field of sorts. And we have a new discovery here of what could possibly be a craft found sitting on the surface that was just snapped, oddly enough, just before the spacecraft was shut down. You're seeing that image here, and I'll post a link to this original image down in the video description. So you're seeing that image here of what are calling sort of a stealth fighter jet shaped object that was spotted on the comet in images taken just before it was shut down in September, after the ESA announced that the mission had ended once and for all. And it is sparking, once again, questions about the true reason that the Rosetta probe was sent out to the comet. Many who believe that it was to specifically take pictures of the comet and the objects on it. And so you're seeing that. Here's the full image you're seeing, so you can kind of see where the location of this thing is. It's over to the left-hand side, and we're giving you some zoomed-in shots here, and it definitely does look like a sort of triangular-shaped object. This is also not the first time that we have found these sort of TR3B-shaped crafts on bodies in the solar system. We have found these things everywhere, and the triangular shape remains probably the most witnessed UFO shape here on Earth. We know that the U.S. military has built craft with this shape, secret stealth craft, and so this very well could be something. Now, I will put the image link down in the video description. You guys can check it out. And I will find some of the links to our older videos where we've talked about some of the anomalies on 67P. And you guys can go and check out that video if you haven't seen it or you are new to the channel. So, some very strange things happening. We have a new president. Many people hoping that he will disclose the truth about this topic, although I hope he doesn't, because then that would put my channel out of business. And you know what? I just love doing this research, and you know what? I'll never close it down. Because I guarantee you, if the government was to reveal something, you can bet your bottom dollar they would still be lying and covering up the truth about something. We are never going to learn the whole truth. That's going to be up to us to uncover. So stick right here with the channel, and we will continue that fight right here on Secure Team. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe on your way out. I've got a lot of stuff coming. I may have another video up tonight, early in the morning, but rest assured I will post on Twitter and Facebook when that video is ready to be uploaded, and we will continue on. So thank you guys for stopping by, and we'll see you back very, very soon. Stay safe, guys.